the BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome live to University School of Jackson. Tonight, it is, as my friend Alexander Bitterling calls it, the game of the neighbors. This is part two as USJ comes to the floor. It's a boys-only game tonight against Sacred Heart of Jesus, which is within easy walking distance of the USJ campus. These two teams met 2 weeks ago, and it did not go well for USJ, although they played well in the first half, Alexander, and you and I were there for that one. And this is one that we look at tonight that, if not a case of revenge, this is one that the Bruins hope they are going to be in this one a lot longer and come out on top.
Absolutely, and if the Bruins want to come out on top in this one, they've got to cut down on the turnovers. 20 turnovers for the Bruins last game. They gave up 24 points off of turnovers, and A.J. Mormon was a big problem for the Bruins.
He was, 20 points, and he particularly put on the steam in the fourth quarter. This game was relatively close. In fact, USJ led when they met 2 weeks ago. USJ led at halftime 30-29. It was 49-42 at the end of the third quarter, so it was still within striking distance, but I remember how you and I were commenting that it looked as though that Sacred Heart just basically wore USJ out in the fourth quarter, and this is one tonight that on the friendly confines of the USJ gym, I know that they want to be able to have that stamina to go the distance.
Absolutely, and you're right. The Knights really just wore down the Bruins, so you got to figure out, has the team been conditioning more? How are they going to stay in this ball game with the Knights, because they just looked tired there in the fourth quarter?
Wallace Driver had 18 points in that game for the Bruins, and Mills Terry had 13. But it was Brady Smith, who you usually count on to be the stalwart for them. They did a terrific job defending against him, and he could only come down with 8 points in that game, and so that was one of the big keys. But as you mentioned earlier, this is where Jeff Jones tonight, I know, is going to want to cut down on turnovers, because when you give up 24 points off your mistakes, it is hard to make that kind of comeback, and in that fourth quarter, a lot of those turnovers began to mount up.
Absolutely, and the Knights are a team that just have so much explosiveness on offense, so you've got to make sure that you can keep up with them, make sure that your stamina is right there with them, because like you said, the Bruins were really close, particularly at halftime. They were up 30-29 and just got worn out there at the end.
USJ had the edge in rebounding, 18-13 in the first meeting between those two, but they had a difficult time getting second chance points with those rebounds, and that's something also that'll be critical here on the home floor, is to try to avoid one-shot possessions. Also for Sacred Heart, Keelan Johnson and Andre Bell were in double digits in that first game. So that's one of the key things that I think you'll be looking at tonight, is can they defend, particularly the wing guards, because that's where they were very strong, including in addition to the inside game.
Absolutely, and if you're the Bruins, you've got to be looking for Brady Smith and the rest of the guys to really get that shooting going tonight, because like you said, the explosiveness from the Knights, the great play there in the paint just made a big difference.
Well, as you take a look at everything, and there you go, we had a fellow who just decided to go right through our camera crew right there. Oh, my goodness. Sacred Heart shot 53% from the floor in that first meeting, and particularly at the high school level. If you're shooting that kind of clip, it is very hard to stay on the floor with them, although The Bruins shot 48%, and frankly, for about the first 3 quarters of the game, their shooting percentage was on top of the Knights. But this is one of those situations that you look at and you say, okay, what did we learn from that first game? How can we make adjustments here when we're on our home floor? That could be a big difference with that, and I think that's going to be critical.
Absolutely. That home court advantage, we've seen it all year from the Bruins. They really like to pack the gym here at USJ. They've got those red lights going during the lineups at the beginning. It's a real home court advantage here for the Bruins.
And they'll turn out, particularly on this side of it, for this, because it's a boys-only game, and so sometimes when it's a one-off, as they call it, it doesn't draw quite the same kind of crowd. But I think because this is the game of the neighbors, and I think that is one that I think you should take credit for and copyright that title, Game of the Neighbors, because I think that was great.
Well, they're just right down the road. They practically could share a parking lot between these two schools, but it's a great matchup tonight.
It truly is, and you also are going to be looking for, they held Owen Stonecipher down to 4 points, and they've got to have more from him in the post. That is a big critical thing for the senior in this case. And Davis Sane, they're going to look for a lot of him off the bench tonight. And then also Raleigh Seals was held down to 5 points in that game. And Raleigh had a tremendous night down the stretch earlier this week in the game that we brought you here. And this, of course, has been a kind of an odd week because of the fact that we were scheduled for a Tuesday night game here, and that's been postponed till tomorrow afternoon. You're going to be calling that one solo, but the ice did play a part all throughout West Tennessee.
It did, and you've got to believe that these two teams are going to come out ready to play today. They had Tuesday's game canceled for both teams, and these teams are ready to rock and roll here at USJ.
Well, that is the truth, and that's the way we look at it as we bring you this preview for tonight. So, we are about a little less than 8 minutes away from the tip-off of tonight's game, and as we always tell you, they're going to have a big light show here to introduce the starting lineups. This is one of the most spectacular things that you see in high school basketball. But I think that the other thing that you look at in particular is the Bruins are coming off a solid victory that they had over Tipton Rosemark last weekend, 62-50 last Friday night. And that was an absolutely, and as you see, this team coming in the black shirts and heading in here, and they are going to be double tough. There's no question about that as they advance themselves in here for tonight from Sacred Heart. But on Tuesday night, the 62-50 game, Brady Smith, you talked about, now he was all over it with 21 points. Wallace Driver added 12, but then you also had 9 from Mills Terry, 8 from Owen Stonecipher, and 8 from Raleigh Seals. So the supporting cast really contributed.
Absolutely, and that's what we're going to be looking for tonight. Can the whole team for the Bruins get it done? It can't just be Wallace Driver. It can't just be Mills Terry. Can't even just be Brady Smith. They've got to get the whole team together because this Knights team is a deep team. And
here come the Bruins for their final shoot-around of the evening. And I want to say a special hello to a lady that we met a week ago tonight, and that happens to be Olive Miller, who is Brady Smith's grandmother. And Brady, and she told us that they have family members in 5 different states that watch the streaming cast here of USJ basketball so that they can see Brady. So to Olive and all of the family, wherever you happen to be, in what state, we are glad to have you aboard, and it was sure great to meet you last weekend. We are just delighted to have you and all the relatives. And we say this to all of the moms and dads, the grandmas and grandpas, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters who may not live in Jackson, Tennessee, but still want to see their favorite sons in this game tonight. And we say the same thing for the folks from Sacred Heart who might be tuning in tonight that have relatives. We are so glad to have all of you with us, and it is just going to be a fantastic night. I think this is going to be a very competitive game, and Alexander and I are glad to be the broadcast team for USJ this year. And as I mentioned, tomorrow afternoon in that postponed doubleheader, Alexander will be bringing it to you solo. I've got to go over and do Union University basketball against Valdosta State as the Lady Bulldogs in particular are on a stretch run now, and they had a fantastic win last night over West Florida, and Now they'll be taking on the defending conference champions in Valdosta State. So that'll be a good one. So while I'm at Union, Alexander, you'll be in great hands with him tomorrow afternoon. And so we hope you'll tune in for that, because that game will start at 2 o'clock tomorrow here on our streaming network. Well, we're a little bit less than 5 minutes to go before we start here tonight. So we want to give you an opportunity to see the fine folks who sponsor USJ Bruin basketball here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, powered by Worthy Road Studios. And we say, before you start seeing the messages, how much we appreciate all the sponsors for your great support and the fact that you put your seal of approval on USJ basketball. It is a delight and a pleasure. And so I say to all of you at home, please go by and tell our fine sponsors that you appreciate them supporting USJ basketball here on the BallGame Blitz Network, because it is absolutely, without them, we could not do this, and it is a great pleasure for us to be here to do it. So let's take a break, and let's let you meet our sponsors for the night, and then we'll come back with the tip-off of tonight's game between the USJ Bruins and the Sacred Heart Knights. Stay with us.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag, filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
And it's time to introduce the starting lineups here at USJ. It is, I think, an evening that I think we'll be able to tell in the early going what kind of adjustments the Bruins made after they had that first meeting 2 weeks ago. And this is always a moment of excitement. You got this group over here that's to our right where we're sitting that is in the student section. They'll be standing the entire game, I assure you.
And it looks like maybe they have a little bit of a red, white, and blue theme, or I'm not sure. Maybe a couple different themes
One
going
of the cheerleaders told us before the game that it was a Hawaiian theme tonight, but I don't see that. And that's Coulson Turner. A.J. Mormon, he's the big gun. And you got Ron Brisbane. Brisbane is a junior. And here are the Bruins. Wallace Driver. Brady Smith. Mills Terry. Owen Stone Cipher. Raleigh Seals. This guy has it. I mean, he has it when he introduces them. We have to get our eyes readjusted when they bring the lights back up. So those are your starters for tonight, and we hope you're going to enjoy it. I know that Alexander and I are. So to bring you the play-by-play of the first half of the game, here is my pal and my sidekick, Alexander Bitterling.
Well, Steve, it's the battle of the neighbors, the matchup of McClellan, whatever you want to call it. These two schools are close, and they're ready to play some ball.
I didn't know if you were talking about gym neighbors there for a minute.
And the tip will go right away to the Knights, so they're going to have an opportunity here to strike first. A.J. Mormon, of course, the big gun, putting on a showcase last time these two teams matched up.
He's just a sophomore, and he only goes 5'9", but boy, does he do a lot with the ball.
A travel called there on Andre Bell, so the Bruins able to pick up a turnover there.
Well, that's one of those situations where early in a game, you just realize that you can have a hesitation like that, and he brought the ball up, and then he started again, and that's where you had the travel call.
Good give there to Brady Smith, but rejected. Stone Cipher able to pick it back up for the Bruins, but a big block by Malachi Chavez a moment ago. Raleigh Seals passes it off to Mills Terry, and the Bruins will slow it down a little bit. Driver now in the corner. Stonecipher just lost control of that one, and here come the Knights. Hanging and drawing the foul, but missing the shot is going to be A.J. Mormon.
Well, Mormon will crash the glass on you at any given moment, and you give him an opportunity on a steal like that, he is going to take it. And that's the kind of thing you want to try to avoid, transition baskets or even free throws in transition.
First one is up and in for Mormon.
Well, this team shot 15 of 19 from the free throw line when they met over at the Knights' place, and so that is the kind of thing that if you put them on the line, they're liable to deliver.
That one off the back of the rim and up to the top of the backboard.
That was a Plinko drop in the opposite direction.
He must have thrown that thing with a lot of strength for it to bounce all the way up there like that.
Now notice we got a press going, and it's a 4-man press. They didn't bring all 5 up because you always risk somebody getting behind those defenders.
And that press is what wore the Bruins down, particularly in the fourth quarter last time these two teams matched up. Mills Terry back up by the logo. And the Bruins having a difficult time getting open so far for shots as Mills Terry falls to the ground. Driver a little pull up two, ring it up.
And that's exactly what you want to see from Wallace Driver, and he had just enough opening.
Big block by Raleigh Seals. And Turner thought he had an easy layup. So here come the Bruins the other way. Smith in the corner, won't take the shot. Brady Smith, a little pull up. Yes.
Soft liner for Brady Smith, and you do that off the turnover.
And the Bruins doing a good job of moving the ball so far. Mormon right into the lane, and nobody met him there, but he missed the shot.
Now Wallace up high for that rebound.
Double teamed, almost stolen away there by Andre Bell.
Boy, they were all over him. There was no call on that.
Raleigh Seals a three.
Bell had his hands all over him.
Stonecipher unable to make the putback. And they're going to call that, are they calling that clean by Driver? They're calling a foul on the floor, I believe. Still a good foul there by Driver to prevent the bucket.
Well, that's the key thing, is that you got to do what you can do to stop it, even if it's a hard foul, to break up these clean ones.
More rising up there for Chavez, and he missed it. So no luck so far from the Knights making these shots. Raleigh Seals was almost tied up there, but finds Mills Terry and into Brady Smith. What a pass there.
Misdirection, and that's exactly what led to that basket, is that they were going right and then they went underneath and got it into Brady.
Smith's been doing a great job of getting open so far in this ball game, and those easy buckets will come when you're wide open.
Olive, I know that makes you happy with that one.
Look at his defense there from Stonecipher, some real aggressive defense. Tipped away by Brady Smith, but right back into the hands of Kelson Turner. Offensive foul.
That's a quick one on Raleigh.
Excuse me, I thought it was going to be an offensive foul, but they will call Raleigh for it. I thought I saw a little bit of an elbow there from A.J. Mormon, but I guess not enough to call.
I guess what they saw on that was a quick reach-in by Raleigh, so he commits his first. This is a team that has a height advantage on USJ, and that's going to be 2 on Raleigh very, very quickly. So I would not be surprised to see Davis Sane come in here.
Another foul there by Raleigh Seals, but he does prevent the bucket from Ron Brisbane Jr., so Brisbane's going to have to earn him here at the line. And the first one's money.
And that is exactly what's going to happen, because Davis comes in and Raleigh will sit down, and it's just going to be interesting to see how long Jeff Jones keeps him. Does he keep him on the bench the entire first half with these 2 fouls?
Off the front of the iron. Bruins able to pick it up, and good job there by Sane to slow it down a little bit.
Well, if you can get one here, you'll take a 2-for-1 anytime against a team like Sacred Heart.
Sane up, gets the little floater to fall.
Got the friendly bounce. So they're shooting 4 out of 7 from the floor for 57%.
Mormon was trying to work in isolation there. Foul's going to be called, I believe, on Stonecipher.
Yep. Yeah, he was somewhat in the face and in the wrong place at the wrong time on that. The thing they've got to be very careful of, they've already committed 4 personal fouls, 3 more, and they will have this Sacred Heart team in the bonus.
It looks like Raleigh Seals is going to come back into this ball game. Owen Stonecipher's got 2 fouls as well. He's almost committed another one right there. A big 3. It didn't look good, but that one fell in for Andre Bell.
With a big hand in his face, Andre Bell connecting.
Mills Terry working to get the ball across half court. Into Davis Sane. Let's see what he can do. Spin, hangs, yet, spun right out.
You could almost tell from where our vantage point is that he had that thing just a little bit too far right off the glass.
Here's another 3, yes, and it's a tie ball game.
Well,
Ron Brisbane Jr.
They got to hurry down the floor to get this one in.
Stonecipher, the bounce pass to Terry, and he almost lost it. Bruins had a big lead moments ago, and 2 big 3s have erased it.
Well, that's how you really chip away at it, and that's exactly what this Sacred Heart team did, and so we got a brand new game.
Mills Terry in the corner with the ball. Doesn't have a lot of options, but Stonecipher gets open.
Most of these players are giving up anywhere from 2 to 4 inches in height against Sacred Heart.
Stonecipher up the baseline. Going to call a blocking foul on Brisbane Jr.
Brisbane goes at both guard and forward, but he is known for his defensive skills.
It's going to be Driver inbounding the ball here, and Sane gets into the corner for it. Sane will take the 3. He was wide open, but off the mark. So here come the Knights. You can see the way they always rush it in transition. And Mormon tried to drive in as a big block from Brady Smith. Jump ball called.
And alternate possession will send it back to the Bruins.
And it looks like A.J. Mormon's just driving right in. He went up against 4 Bruins, and Brady Smith able to get the rejection.
Well, that's his trademark, is that he tries to crash it right in on the inside. Dribble penetration. He's not fearful of any kind of defense that comes up against him.
Mills Terry accelerating to get the ball right into the paint. He'll take it himself. Draws the foul, but unable to get that one to fall.
And that one is going to be on Andre Bell. That's the key thing about this, is that when you sense those footsteps coming at you, the best thing to do is get it inside, try to put it up, because more than likely you're going to be fouled.
Not a good bounce there for Mills Terry. It bounced a couple times and wouldn't fall. Here comes the second of the 2. And that one's off the back of the iron as well. So now the Knights trying to get their first lead of the ball game. Got Noah Spencer in here now for the Bruins.
And 3 seconds called. Yeah, that was on Brisbane. He just simply camped out a little bit too long in the lane, so that's the first turnover of the game for the Knights.
Mills Terry able to get open after a couple seconds.
And Raleigh is indeed back in the game with those 2 fouls. Oh, they missed wide open Davis Sane. He was camping out.
Same drives and too strong off the back there. Game still tied at 8. Mormon wanted it for the big three, yes.
These guys can just about, and timeout is going to be called by Jeff Jones. He just got to be able to talk this one over and see if he can settle them down. So we'll take our break. It's 11-8. That's the first lead of the game for Sacred Heart here on the Bruin Network.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
We're back right after A.J. Mormon took a big three and a whistle there.
And that's right off the bat. The foul was called on A.J. Mormon. A little bit of a push-off.
Mormon's first one, and Bruins will inbound it here. Mills Terry all night long so far has had to accelerate just to get the ball across half court. You got to make sure you get those passes more to beat the press so that he doesn't have to just run all night. Brady Smith up and in.
Boy, that was off balance going to his right and managed to nail it home.
Brady Smith was 6 in the quarter. Another big three from Mormon. He's feeling it right now.
They are 4 for 4 from behind the arc.
If you're the Bruins, you've got to know they're not going to shoot perfect all night, so put your head down and keep playing good defense. Tipped away there by Justin Gaines. And the Knights able to take it. They've got a 4-point lead, looking for more before the end of the first quarter. It's Mormon. Up. He throws the alley-oop.
There went the big splash and the foul.
For Keelson Turner, and what about that one? The alley-oop, and now a chance for the N1.
Well, this is one of those things that you just got to be careful not to let this one get completely out of hand. And right now you are looking at a 14-2 run on the part of the Knights.
Keelson Turner able to complete the three-point play, and what a monster one that was. So a 7-point lead right now for Sacred Heart. Mills Terry over to Brady. Bruins working with a little more than 10 seconds here. Davis Snane dishes it off. They're going to have to shoot. 5 seconds. Mills Terry too far to the right. Brady Smith able to stop that one and launch one up, but it won't fall. It was straight on the line, but just didn't have it with it. So 17-10, your score here at the end of the first. And Steve, it looks like the Knights came ready to play tonight.
Well, they absolutely did after a slow start, falling behind 8-2, and now they're on a 15-2 run. We'll see what happens in the second quarter after these messages.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
We're back 17-10, your score at the end of the first quarter. The Knights went on a big run there, Steve.
Well, they're 5 out of 11 from the floor for 46%, but here's the big deal. 4 for 4 from behind the arc. I mean, that kind of precision is just almost impossible to stop. The Bruins are 5 out of 12 for a not shabby 42% from the floor, but they haven't been able to get one in from long distance.
We'll see what the Bruins do here to bounce back in the second quarter. A.J. Mormon, he's been the big problem for the Bruins, and he's still handling the ball for this team. Little pull-up jumper. That one will fall for Chavez. His first 2 of the ball game.
Going from his right to his left to nail that one home.
So Driver will take a turn, getting it across half court. He's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it off to Brady Smith. Here's Abe Stonecipher for the first time tonight. He's been playing pretty well the last couple times we've seen him play.
Yeah, he's worked very well. Uh-oh, this is not a good one.
Here comes A.J. Mormon. An easy layup after the steal. So Mormon now with 9 points. He's getting a little bit out of hand right now for the Bruins. Down 11 points. They've got to play good defense and go on a little bit of a run for themselves. Wallace Driver working here from the logo. Trying to facilitate a little bit. Not a lot of movement right now from the Bruins. Brady Smith, here he goes up and gets that one to fall.
Yeah, you can't have any kind of fear to go in and crash against them as they just did.
Knights tried to push it quickly, but Bruins able to set up. That one way off the mark for Mormon. Jump ball.
Aggressive jump ball in the alternate possession goes to the Bruins.
And you've got to love that determination there from Driver and from Stonecipher. They're going to get it done one way or another. Sometimes that means just fighting for the jump ball.
Well, now what you got to do is try to capitalize off that turnover, and he had to hurry to get that one in.
Here comes Mills Terry again, so the Bruins have cut it to a 9-point deficit. Brady Smith now right outside the arc. Bruins seem like they have a tough time developing this offense so far against the Knights. Here comes Driver. Over to Brady Smith, wide open. Gets an unfriendly bounce off the iron.
That iron was just too unkind.
Look at Abe Stonecipher speeding back to play defense.
But they got in too big of a hurry and just tossed that one aside.
So the Bruins catch a little bit of a break on that one.
They got to get some in from outside. They have missed all 4 of their attempts from behind the arc. They got a 2-on-1 if they can exploit it.
A big block there from Keelson Turner. Noah Spencer thought he had the easy layup, and Turner came from behind and said, no.
That was almost like a volleyball serve.
Brady Smith for 3. He won't miss 2 of those in a row.
They needed that one badly. That is the first 3 of the game. Brady with 11.
Big night right now from Brady Smith, and he's the hot hand, so the Bruins have got to play defense and give Brady the ball. They throw for another alley-oop, and it's going to be a turnover. Davis Sane wide open in the lane and gets that one to fall. So the Bruins right now playing well in transition. Sane's got 4, and the deficit's been cut to 4. A.J. Mormon, the guy the Bruins have to double team right now. That one's going to go off his foot. Diving is Davis Sane, and Driver able to pick it up. Brady Smith from the corner. Just off.
And you got an over-the-back foul.
Looks like things are really coming together right now for the Bruins. Not right there, but they've really cut this from 11 points down
Well, they
4.
forced 5 turnovers now on the Knights, and they've capitalized on at least 2 of those occasions to get some scores off of it.
Mormon directing traffic right now. Fans continuing to pile in here at USJ, and they're really packing it out for a one and done. Up and in for A.J. Mormon.
Well, you know that he's going to get his points. You just got to keep them spaced out. And look at this press. Now they're going to back out of it and just go one-on-one against Wallace.
Wallace beats Mormon here. Dishes it out for Brady in the corner. Just off. Big rebound by Raleigh Seals, who's back in the game. Driver's 3 off the mark as well, but Abe Stonecipher out of nowhere. Look at these second chance and third opportunities from the Bruins. Smith misses that one. Tipped away there by Noah Spencer, a big steal. And over to Brady, yes, and the foul. The crowd's going wild right now, Steve. The Bruins are really showing some effort out there.
Well, you got to have that kind of intensity when you fall behind by 11 as they did, and they have come roaring back with a 9-2 run.
7 in this quarter right now for Brady Smith, 13 and hunting for 14. And he'll get it. A whistle. Not sure what the whistle was for, but looks like the Knights are going to inbound it. About 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. So the Bruins were down 11 at one point. They're down 1 possession now. Into the corner, 3 with a hand in his face, won't go. Board goes to Brady Smith. Mills Terry tried to put it in for Stonecipher, but he's able to get it right back.
Double turnover. Here you go, Raleigh wide open.
And a good dish there from Stonecipher. Unselfish play. He gives it to Raleigh Seals for 2, and the Bruins within 1. A timeout from the Knights, and we'll take one as well. 23-22 here at USJ.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Back here at USJ, the Bruins getting it done in the last few minutes here, Steve.
12-2 run that they have had in the last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And that shows you how quickly this game can turn.
Absolutely, and the Bruins looking to get a stop here and get that lead back. They led early on in the first quarter, and the Knights went on a big run. The Bruins a big run to answer, so it's a 1-point ball game. A.J. Moorman working against Raleigh Seals. Here into the paint. Mills Terry commits the foul. I think they're gonna count the bucket.
Yeah, he had it. He was, when the whistle blew, he had his hand up delivering that layup.
So Malik Chavez gets the bucket. And here's a chance for him to get that 3-point play. That one's up and in.
He's an excellent free throw shooter. You don't want to put him on the line if the game is tight late.
Here comes Wallace Driver, and it looks like the Knights pulling back from the press for a moment. Driver right into it.
Takes that little bank floater.
A.J. Moorman, a good dribble move and a wide open look at the layup, but can't get it to fall.
And unfortunately, it was Brisbane right there for the offensive rebound.
Raleigh Seals struggling to get it in, but he finds Mills Terry right at the last moment.
Well, did they charge him with a turnover? No, it looks like Raleigh's headed over there to toss it in.
I think it was maybe a kick ball. The ref pointed to his foot, and I couldn't tell if that's what he was referring to or not. But
he's going to have help.
And he can't just run like this all night. That's what cost the Bruins the last game, just getting exhausted from that press. Brady Smith working on his own. Mills Terry going to take it back up at the logo. 2-possession ball game right now. A little more than 2 to play in the first half. Raleigh Seals, he's double teamed. Won't try much of a post move. Here's Abe Stonecipher. The Bruins moving the ball well, but not finding many looks right now.
Now they got that 2-3 zone, and it makes it very difficult to penetrate down under.
Brady Smith right now working against A.J. Moorman. What a pass over to Stonecipher as Driver fouled.
You're going to have a 3-shot foul on this one.
Driver had a good look at the shot. Wasn't able to get it because he was fouled so hard on that one. So we'll see what he can do here from the charity stripe. 3 opportunities like you mentioned, Steve.
And you want to take advantage while the clock is stopped.
Chance to make it a 1-point game here if he makes all 3. First one's good.
Well, Wallace has a great touch when he's at the line. You just watch him. He's very smooth, very collected.
5 points now for Wallace as Coach Jones talking it over with his team a little bit on the other side of the court. That one's good as well. Substitution now for the Knights and for the Bruins. Owen Stonecipher is going to check in for Abe Stonecipher. And Keelan Johnson is going to come back in the game for the Knights. Wallace just off the mark on that third one. So it's a 2-point ball game right now. A.J. Mormon working right now.
Mormon will pull up from anywhere or take a drive.
That one just off the mark, and Keelson Turner was up there and could have put it back, but I think he thought it was going to fall. Driver Brady Smith wide open. Here it is, ring it up. And just like that, the Bruins back on top, 29-28.
Brady has had himself a career game in the first half, 17 points.
And 11 of those coming right here in the second. Keelan Turner able to get that one. Once he's got the step on you, he's got that height, it's really hard to stop him.
And they've got 4 up front this time. And it is a jump ball, and the alternate is going back to the Knights.
Keelan Johnson able to hold on to that one. So the Knights are going to get possession. Keelan Johnson will check out.
That's one of those situations that nobody was there to help out, and he could not release it.
Right back over to Chavez. And into the hands of Brady Smith. Just a bad pass. So the Bruins a chance. There's a jumper. And ring it up. He's wide open.
19 points in the first half for Brady Smith.
Looks like the Knights are going to play it for one possession, try to go up by a point or two here before half. 31-30, the Bruins lead it right now, mostly on the back of Brady Smith.
12 points off of Knight turnovers for the Bruins tonight.
There's a look at a three and blocked by Raleigh Seals.
Perfectly timed by Raleigh Seals on that block.
So out of bounds, just 6.9 on the clock. The Knights trying to make something happen. They're going to be moving into the paint, trying to get a quick layup.
Yeah,
there it is.
You could almost see that one coming.
Andre Bell able to get it done. Bruins a turnover and a deep three. Almost. The Knights on top, 32-31. It's been a crazy first half right now, Steve.
Well, we'll take a look at the scoring right now, but you got to know this is one of those games that they've had to have in their comeback. They've had to everything they could from Brady Smith, and he's delivered 19 points, and 13 of them were here in the second quarter. Wallace Driver has added 6, and Davis Sane 4. And then looking over at the Knights, you've got A.J. Mormon, who has divided his scoring across the board. A.J. has got 11. He had 7 of them in the first quarter. Ron Brisbane with 6. And Andre Bell with 5. Malachi Chavis with 5. And 5 for Turner. So it has been well distributed. And so at halftime, the Bruins trail it 32-31, but that was a huge comeback after they fell down 21-10 early in the second quarter, and they made a huge rally. So we're going to take a break of about 4 minutes, and then when we come back, we'll have all of your halftime statistics. So stay with us, everybody.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
are a team composed of highly skilled physical therapists with new school treatment approaches and old school customer service principles. We are a community presence because we know our foundation rests in relationship building and involvement. We are leaders in this industry, and we're putting in time daily to develop that aspect of thinking. We're more than a business. We're a team composed of individuals governed by a set of core values. We're more than a physical therapy company. We're a movement in the profession. We are your premier physical therapy team in West Tennessee.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at 3-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in 3-Way. Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at 3-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at 3-Way.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's. For your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at 3-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in 3-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Back here at USJ, your score, if you're just tuning in, 32-31. But this one has been a little bit worrisome for a Bruins fan, for a Knights fan, Steve. It's been back and forth.
Well, when they got down 21-10, I mean, it looked dire, but they went on a 21-11 run to end the half, and that made a huge difference. And particularly looking, Brady Smith with 19 points, which has to be a career high for the first half. At least, I mean, and they've had to have every single one of those. tonight. And then on the other hand, A.J. Mormon with 11. He's been very hard to stop, both ball handling and from the outside. Yet the Bruins have been successful at forcing turnovers tonight. Let's look at your halftime statistics brought to you by BallGame Blitz Sports Network, powered by Worthy Road Studios. Let's take a look at those totals right now. In field goals, 13 for 23 for the Bruins for 57%. For Sacred Heart, 12 of 24 for 50. Now, here has been a big difference in three-pointers. The Bruins only 2 out of 8 for 25%, while particularly they were strong with it with three. Actually, they had all 4 of their three-pointers in the first quarter of the game, and 4 out of 7 for 57% for the Knights. Free throws, Knights have got the edge, it's 80 to 43%. The Bruins have got to get more crisp from the free throw line, 3 out of 7 for 43%. Rebounding, they have been out-rebounded 12 to 8. And in turnovers, this is a big, big factor. USJ with 7 and the Knights with 8. But here's the big key factor why they were able to make that comeback. Points off turnovers. The Bruins with 12 points off of the mistakes that have been made by the Knights. 2 points, only a single basket off the turnovers that the Bruins have made. So, Alexander, this is a real huge factor that they are capitalizing off the other team's errors.
Absolutely, and that's what the Bruins have got to do to win this ball game, because the Knights are a tough opponent. They really are. They're a tough basketball team. They're going to outrun you. They're going to out-press you, out-guard you. But what you've got to do is capitalize on those mistakes. And just like this, it's going to keep you in the ball game and put you on the road to win this one.
The big key down the stretch, as you mentioned, is stamina, because when they met the first time, it was that fourth quarter. It was still a very close game as we went to the fourth quarter, and it was like that the Bruins ran out of gas. Tonight, before the home folks, you got to hope that they've got a little bit of extra zip in them and then can carry that down the stretch. And that's what we are looking for tonight. But particularly, they want to keep that shooting percentage high at 57%, which is, that is huge. Most high school coaches will tell you that if they can get it from the floor 40%, maybe 45 if you have a really good night, but try to keep it around 40%. They'll tell you they feel like that's a good night, but at 57%, 13 out of 23, they've just got to keep that precision going. Well, we're about to start the second half of play. The players are coming back up. Raleigh Seals is going to toss it in as the Bruins will have an opportunity to retake the lead as we begin. And Raleigh Seals to toss it in.
Dangerous pass right there to Driver to start the second half.
Yeah, that looked like he was going in a maze. Driver, excellent ball handler, but he has to have somebody to come for it. And they're really being rather still right now. And on the drive, the foul is called on Andre Bell. That is his second.
It looks like they were just content to let Wallace Driver work on his own, but they've got to be moving. They've got to make sure they get open.
There was no movement on offense whatsoever. Now they're going to go in their stack formation to get it back in bounds. And Seals to toss in again. He's going to have to hurry. Finally, they got it open on the inside to Stonecipher. Now, let's see if we see more rotation amongst the rest of the offensive team. That's a little bit outside of Raleigh's range to take a three.
He'll take one every once in a while and make one every once in a while, but not his typical game.
And there you go with two defenders in his face. Owen Stonecipher with his first basket, and that gives the Bruins the lead once again.
Look at that defense there from Stonecipher. He wasn't giving up an inch to Brisbane.
And he had some defenders that were significantly taller and just a little bit too much pressure on the defense. And Wallace Driver was somewhat in the face of A.J. Mormon and is charged with a foul.
So a tough foul there from the Bruins. They got to keep those down. They committed a lot of fouls early on in the first half, but then they kind of chilled out.
Keeping it back at the top of the key. Bruins have switched between man-to-man and zone, and that one was just too long, but let's see if they get it underneath. Yep, they get the offensive board.
Turner able to get his own miss, and a tough drive right into the basket, up and in for Ron Brisbane Jr.
Well, Brisbane, his points are scattered out, but he has been able to get them to connect to give him 8 on the night. And an offensive foul is charged on Wallace Driver, and he's extremely frustrated about that one. That's the 8th turnover for the Bruins, and so we got a quick timeout called. Still a 1-point game, though. Knights lead it over the Bruins 34-33.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Well, back we are, 34-33 game. Bruins got a little bit too aggressive on defense and charged with a foul before Jeff Jones took that timeout. And checking into the game now will be Davis Sane. Davis got a couple of baskets in the first half himself. Another key thing, Alexander, is they've got to really work at crashing the glass because this Sacred Heart team is all over getting offensive rebounds for second chance points.
And the Bruins did a really good job there in the second quarter of making sure they got those second chance, even third and fourth chance opportunities, but they've got to convert off of them. That's the problem. They were able to get the boards. They just weren't able to put it back up and in.
Well, Brisbane Jr. is going to go, and they called that one a technical foul, so he's going for a free ticket right now. Short. And so far in the game, that's only their second miss from the stripe. Got the second of the two to make it a 2-point lead at 35-33, but Knights will have possession. I'm not sure what exactly happened to cause that to be ruled a technical foul. And they're double teaming all over Andre Bell. And that's what happens sometimes is you leave a guy wide open.
And just like that, another big dunk there from Keelson Turner.
And look at this. 5-second violation. The Bruins could not navigate it home. That press is beginning to make a difference here. And right inside for an easy layup for Malachi Chavis.
Bruins struggling right now just to get it over half court now.
Yeah, they're triple teaming the ball.
Fly by. Oh, just
Short.
off the mark.
And that rebound comes off to Turner. And they are all the way down. And they're doing some of the things that we saw happen when these two teams met the first time. And timeout called. That 3-man and 4-man down-court pressure is creating havoc for the Bruins. Knights out to a 41-33 lead. We'll have more after this.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
We also want to say hello tonight to our good friend, Dr. Joanne Stevenson. She is a great fan of USJ Bruin basketball and always glad to have her in our audience. 41-33, Bruins by 8. Bruins trailing by 8 at this stage. And it has been somewhat of a frustration here with this press in the last minute and a half. And look at that. Once again, it's Brisbane who came in to break it up. And just emotionally, Alexander, it really rattles you when you've got 4 guys up front.
It does, and it looks like the Knights have really doubled down on this press here in the second half. They were doing 1-man, 2-man, a little 3-man press, but now they're 4 on every possession.
Underneath, and the foul is going to be on Turner.
Now you're glad that Sane drawed the foul there, but what you really wanted him to do is finish the shot as well, because you're working now down by 8.
Good head fake on that to draw that foul. And it was a good job throwing the long bomb pass to beat the press. Sometimes that's just what you have to gamble on doing. In and out. Bruins 4 out of 8 from the line tonight. Davis connects on the second one.
5 points now for Davis Sane. He's got to become more of a factor in this ball game. He's some of the biggest height that the Bruins have. He almost tipped that one away.
Wide open. That one was short, but a rebound for Chavis.
You cannot let the Knights continue to get their own misses like that and make those second chance buckets.
And here you go again. But Bruins were very fortunate because they turned it right back over.
Luckily, Chavis just threw that one out of the reach of Andre Bell.
I think he was expecting somebody to cut, and that player was not there. Well, there's the speed of Mills Terry to try to take it all the way. It does.
Look at that layup, Steve. That's a tough one for Mills Terry.
That was deceptively strong for Mills Terry, and they cut it back to 7. They've got to keep this down to single digits before they go to the fourth quarter. And wide open for the 3. The defense was completely on the other side, misdirection, and Malachi Chavis nails it.
7 points in this quarter from Malachi Chavis. He's got 12 overall.
So a 10-point lead at 46-36. The largest was 11 for the Knights. So Seals comes back in. And he's got that strength to go for a long bomb pass. They got a 2-on-1, and underneath, once again, it is Turner on the foul. He broke up the easy layup, but that will send Stonecipher to the line for 2.
If Stonecipher gave the ball right back to Brady Smith there, that's up and in for an easy layup.
He's taking on a 6'7" guy, and that is so hard to navigate.
First one in there for Stonecipher.
He's had all 3 of his points here in the third quarter, and checking back in is Justin Gaines, the freshman. Yeah, and that was one of those situations. Owen knew that he missed it, but he was already over the line before it hit in the cylinder. You can't do that. You got to wait until it at least hits the iron before you come over that stripe, and it's a natural mistake, but Owen was just too anxious to get that ball back. Players will tell you they have a feel, and they know when it's going in, and they most of the time know when it's not. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Look at the battle between Brisbane and Stonecipher and the offensive foul from Brisbane.
So Brisbane now has 3. And that's turnover number 10 for Sacred Heart. Now the key is trying to capitalize off of it. They're not going to break off of that press. That is so unnerving to have to deal with all of that all-court pressure. And Coach Jones is calling for more rotation from his players. Drive, the give and go, and the foul once again. They break it up. Mormon commits his second.
Good foul there from A.J. Mormon. He prevents the bucket, but Stonecipher already 1 for 2 from the line tonight.
This is one of those that you've had 3 opportunities at layups, and they've had to foul in order to break it up, and Stonecipher connects.
5 team fouls right now for the Knights here in this third quarter.
2 more will put the Bruins in the bonus. Too much. And the rebound comes off to Gaines. And they go for the bomb. In and out. And they scramble. That's going to be a foul underneath. Offensive rebound to A.J. Mormon.
Mormon came out of nowhere, grabbed the rebound, and able to draw the foul on that one. We're going to call the foul on Owen Stonecipher, so his third of the ball game.
Bruins getting in some foul trouble. They're getting set to get Wynn Crook into the game. And the iron unkind to Mormon.
A little bit of a break there for the Bruins. The first one for Mormon in and out.
Well, that'll guarantee this will stay a 3-possession game regardless of what he does here. So far in the game tonight, Mormon with 11. Give him 12. And the 5'9" sophomore he's the top offensive performer tonight for these Knights. It'll stay in the hands of the Bruins with just a little bit more than 3 minutes remaining. Raleigh will check out, and back into the game is Davis Sane. All right, let's see how they do out of the stack. And once again, Driver, who's been in this position all night long. It is a wearying job to have to go against somebody like Andre Bell, who's going to go all the way.
Andre Bell, a productive night and quiet, but 11 points so far from him.
And that's now 6 points off of Bruin turnovers. Back to the 11-point lead, which matches the largest for the Knights. And they are double teaming against Mills Terry. And right through all the defenders, tremendous block by Kilson Turner. And this has been moving quarter right here and that splash in there again for Kilson Turner.
9 points now for Kilson Turner. Driver wants a timeout.
And they're going to take it, 51-38. It's a full timeout. We'll be back after this 60-second break.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Bruins break the press, and taking it all the way down high for that layup is Brady Smith. That's his first basket of the quarter. He's got 21.
Good defense from Sane.
And off the mark, but in all kinds of trouble is Brady and the foul.
Andre Bell committing the foul there on Brady. You can see he grabbed his arm.
And he has 3. So Bruins toss it in against their own goal, and this is where they have had all kinds of trouble in this third quarter. So they bring 4 back. Little bit of a lead with the elbow, but that's all right. Brady connects.
Brady really getting it done. He was quiet here in the first little bit of this third quarter, but with a minute and a half left, he's working. 4 points in the quarter.
That's going to be interesting to see if the Knights try to shave some time off of this clock unless they get a wide open look or get somebody underneath. And there you go. Nope, they could not get a hold of it. And let's see if they can get control. Yes!
Good job there by Cook. Fall to the floor, get the ball, and dish it off quickly.
Nobody gave up on that one, the jumper. And the foul.
Foul's going to be on Turner.
And that is Turner's third, so Brisbane, Turner, Bell all with 3.
So Brady Smith, another opportunity here to get points back for the Bruins with the clock stopped, and that's the man you want there.
Well, you absolutely do, and this could be, if he gets them both, it's a 6-0 run for the Bruins to wind up the quarter. Nailed it.
Brady Smith's only 2 for 2 from the line tonight. He's only been there twice, but he hasn't missed.
This would give him 25 on the night and bring the Bruins back within 7. And it's right through the heart.
Already the best performance we've seen all year from Brady Smith, but Steve, you knew he was this caliber player.
And on the drive, the foul is charged to Noah Spencer. That's only the 4th team foul, so they've got 2 more they can waste. Bruins will be in the bonus for the remainder of the way. That could be a factor if they can get some stops here. And almost stolen away. And you could see that there were some guys up off of the Bruins bench. And the referee is saying make sure they stay off the bench. All right, let's see what happens on this one. Trying to take it all the way down. Nice block. And taking it all the way. Reverse layup for Mills Terry.
Mills Terry has 4 points, but they have been some big ones here in the third. What was this call?
We have a 5-point game.
Calling a technical foul.
And that is the second technical foul of the game against the Bruins. There must have been something about that basket afterward.
The Bruins were within 5, but this technical means the Knights can bring it back to 7.
Well, that's Keelan Johnson with his first point of the game. The rough thing, if you're a Bruins fan, is that gives the ball right back into the hands of Sacred Heart with a 6-point lead and 37 seconds to try to wrap up the quarter. A 52-46 game. Bruins have made a solid comeback after falling down by 12. Tell you, this Mormon at 5'9", he's an excellent ball handler, has a very low center of gravity. Collision. I thought for a minute they're going to charge that one to Noah Spencer, his second. I thought the way that they were connecting with each other that they might have to go to some kind of a body and repair shop after that one. 23 seconds. Noah Spencer has no fear of working against Mormon. And Mormon takes it all the way down. Bruins have 7 seconds. They got to hurry. Big bomb. That one was tipped. And that is your quarter. They tried to get a final 3 in there, but it just would not drop. So it's back to a 9-point deficit for USJ, 55-46. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, we'll see how the final chapter is written right after this.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Brady Smith is your game leader with 25 points, but it has been a gutted out time for these Bruins, and it'll be interesting to see how they hold up against this intense all-court pressure as we get ready for the fourth quarter, and the first possession is going to go to the Knights. Getting a stop for USJ is critical right here off the top. And let's see how they play it. Everyone on this court is a threat. Big bomb 3 is not there. But nobody was boxing out, and A.J. Mormon on the follow. So it's back to the 11-point lead, a 4-possession game. And short little floater goes through for Wallace Driver. He has 8.
That's got to be the strategy for the Bruins, Steve. Drive in and either make the Knights foul, you're in the bonus, or get an easy layup like that.
That one was tipped. Nice recovery down at the opposite end for the Bruins. Here you go, give and go. The bank is not there, but he was fouled. So that'll send Driver to the line for 2. That's the 8th team foul. If they get 2 more, it'll be a double bonus every time they hit the line. Short. Usually when they are short, that means that the shooter is a bit tired, and I can understand that with Wallace Driver. He has been up and down the court all night long. And both of them not there. You can tell he is winded. And the feed is on the inside, and that's going to be 3 seconds in the lane. It was either going to be a 3-second or traveling called on Brisbane. He just camped out a little bit too long, and the officials called the 3-second violation. 12th turnover of the night on Sacred Heart. 11. This is not going to be good, and that is a pushing foul from behind by Raleigh Seals. I know Raleigh wishes he could have had that one back. That's his 3rd.
The ball just got away from Seals there, and it was just instinct to just kind of push there. A little bit of frustration, but...
And they're going to call that an intentional foul, so that gives them 2 shots plus the ball. That's 3 tonight on the Bruins. And this is where they begin to collect up. Got them both.
Every time the Bruins fight back from an 11-point deficit, it seems like they do something like that and get themselves right back in that situation.
Well, those 3 intentional fouls have led to 5 points for the Knights. And underneath, an easy feed on the inside for Chavis. He has 14. And this one looks like it could be slipping away from the Bruins again. Let's see if they have another comeback left in them. Going for the bomb. Yes!
Big 3 there from Mills Terry, and this is on the cusp of getting away from the Bruins, so every point counts. They've got to get a stop here.
That was big to cut it back to 10. It's still a 4-possession lead. And that's traveling. Yep.
Brisbane caught it off balance there and gets called for the travel.
Yeah, he slipped as he was trying to go in and get open for a layup, and he just couldn't stop his momentum. That's a big one for the Bruins.
So Bruins need to capitalize off this one here. They get it to Driver. Here's Smith. Give it to Stonecipher, but doesn't.
Tipped it back in. Brady Smith with 27. He would not let it go.
He is the only reason the Bruins are still in this ball game. What a showcase from Smith. And a big board.
High for the rebound for Brady.
Fans wanted an overback called there on Justin Gaines, but didn't get it.
All right, Bruins going to slow it down a bit. They've got time. The floater is there, and the foul.
Give Brady Smith the ball and just let him work. That's got to be the game plan for the Bruins moving forward. If you cut down on some of these mistakes, these technicals, these intentional fouls, and you just let Brady Smith work, this one could get back to a ball game.
He's got 27 on the night. This could cut it down to 6. Well, that's what you have him there for. He's got almost half of the output tonight for the Bruins. They've needed every single one of them. And we still got 5:28 remaining. Got them both.
Brady Smith is absolutely dialed in right now. The Bruins just down 2 possessions right now.
They got to get some more stops and try to prevent this Sacred Heart team from getting easy underneath layups. Foul called in the paint.
It's going to be on Mills Terry, I believe. Yep.
And that is the 8th foul, so they'll go to the line for 1 and 1. We're going to be both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. Right through the heart. So Brisbane, that gives him double figures with 10. Mormon has 14, Chavis 12. He takes plenty of time, and it works. And timeout is called. We have 5:14 remaining. Bruins are still in it, down 63-55.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Well, at this stage of the game, you got 5:14, plenty of time for Bruins to make another run and try to come from behind and take this one. A key factor, Alexander, you look at our board tonight, Jeff Jones only has 1 timeout remaining. Sacred Heart has 3. So he's going to have to be very judicious about where he exercises that final timeout. But the Bruins have it now, and they could close this thing down to a 6-point lead once again. And that was a big, big gamble on that one, but it is picked up by the Bruins. Talk about Lady Luck smiling on him. Underneath the fake, and it wouldn't drop. But the follow is there.
A big putback there by Owen Stonecipher. Sane just unable to make it, but good thing Stonecipher was there. It's a 2-possession game, 4 points. 6 points. My math is way off.
All right, watch this rotation continuing because that just tires out a defense. Fallaway is not there. Scrambling off his foot, but Turner keeps it. Big 3. No. They're going to get a 3rd opportunity at it.
The Bruins have got to get a board here, and they can't buy one right now.
4 opportunities, and they finally nail it through with Mormon.
The Bruins have got to secure these rebounds right back into the hands of Mormon.
You can't afford to give a team 4 opportunities at it.
It's going to be off the Bruins there, and they tried to rush the inbound moments ago, gave it right to A.J. Moorman. That was going to be off the Knights.
Going for the long pass again. Turn around. The layup is there for Brady Smith. 31 points for Brady.
Steve, they can't stop him. He's put up a 31 piece. They're only down 6.
And you can hear the chants of defense going up all over the arena.
Foul's going to be called on
Mills Terry.
Owen Stonecipher. So Brisbane will go to the line.
Okay.
4 now for Stonecipher.
4 on Owen. And you're putting a guy on the line right here that has been a good credit card tonight. Either one of these would make it a 3-possession game once again. And he is solid. So far tonight, 5 out of 7 from the line, and coaches will tell you if you can deliver me 70%, we'll take it. Brisbane with 12. No. But they do not get the offensive board. It is indeed Wallace Driver who comes down with it. Bruins have had to use speed against this intense pressure and the foul. That will send Driver to the line for 2 more.
Good job from Driver there to draw the foul. He knew he had the contact, and he went up for the shot just to draw it. That's what the Bruins need, an opportunity with the time stopped.
That was Johnson on the foul. Driver, you could tell he was tired the last time out because both of his free throws were short. This time he has it.
These are some important free throws right here, Steve.
Checking back in is Andre Bell. Go ahead, Alexander.
An opportunity, I was going to say, just to get it within 5. It's already just a 2-possession game.
Off the back of the iron once again, and the rebound coming off to Brisbane. He's got 6 in the game. Almost stolen. And they got the advantage, but they did not go in for the big splash. Under 3.5. They're going to take some time with this 6-point lead. There you go. That floating pass up to Turner. They've done it 3 times tonight.
Turner's got 11 points now in double digits for the Knights, and several Knights in double digits tonight. For the Bruins, it's been all Brady Smith.
And it's going to have to be a lot more Brady Smith, I do believe. The fake. The layup is there for Davis Sane.
Great job there by Davis Sane to wait for the flyby and then go up for it. It's still 2-possession game. If the Bruins could get a stop and put some points up.
Going for that same play once again. That time that fall away is well short. And the rebound to Mills Terry.
Here's an opportunity now for the Bruins to make it a 1-possession game.
This one is big. And it was knocked away. And they're going to say it was last touch by the Bruins. And I can tell you there are some differences of opinion in the crowd.
There are some differences of opinion, and we've got some video evidence, and I think that might show that that was a bad call, Steve.
But they're not going to go to it.
We don't have replay, unfortunately. I can't run down there and challenge the call.
That one hurt if you're a Bruins fan, because to knock this thing down to 4 would have been big. 2:20. The time ever precious, clicking away, overshot, but the follow is there for Turner.
Turner's height advantage, just getting it done there.
10 rebounds. 4 of them have been offensive boards. Again, around the perimeter. On the inside. Trying to assert position, and it goes off the hands, last of the defender, Brisbane.
Big block there from Turner.
Good fake, and the layup.
Yes, from Mills Terry, and the Bruins are going to take their last time out of the ball game.
That's the key thing, so we'll take another break with 1:46 remaining. It's still a 6-point game with the Knights on top.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag, filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Back live for the final minute 46 here from USJ Gym. With the Bruins trailing 70-64, it was 32-31 Sacred Heart at halftime. And twice, the Knights got out to a lead of as large as 12, and the Bruins came roaring back, but they have not been able to close it within 6. And that's exactly where we are right now. And Alexander, you were saying you got to have a stop right here on this possession.
Absolutely. It's a huge possession. This one could really decide the game down the stretch. You've got 1:46 on the clock. If the Bruins get a stop and go score, it's just a 4-point ball game. But if the Knights add on, it's going to be tough.
And they're chasing Brisbane backwards, and timeout called.
That's some good momentum for the Bruins to force the timeout there right after you just took a timeout.
Minute 37 to go. Back with the final 97 seconds after this.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Six-point game. Seems like we've said that on every timeout in the last 4 minutes. The Bruins have not been able to climb the ladder enough. And I know, Alexander, we've talked about many times when you're having to come from behind, it creates so much emotional energy that is spent.
And the Bruins are really getting exhausted, you can see, but they're trying to press of their own here for the last 2 minutes.
And they're in deep trouble, almost stolen as they got it across midcourt. They got a 3-on-2 advantage, but the Bruins pick it back up.
It almost looks like the Bruins are trying to foul here. Already going to the foul fest would be interesting.
Down to a minute 15. Once again, Mormon's going to take his time. They're going to skate out as much of this game time as they can. Getting close to the 1-minute mark. They're spreading them out. Bruins are going to have to take a gamble here shortly because the seconds are just ticking away too fast. And here they go. This is brilliant ball handling on the part of the Knights. 45 seconds to go. Down the lane it goes to Ron Brisbane Jr.
They're getting ready to nail this one home. That was a big possession. They shaved over a minute off the clock, Steve, and were able to get the basket.
Oh, my goodness. Took his eye off of it, but they're back in there going for the bomb. Nope, off the back of the iron.
And this one's over, Steve. Unfortunately for the Bruins, just not enough. They're going to go ahead and go to the foul, but less than 19 seconds on the clock, and you're down 8.
Yeah, I'm afraid, as we say so often, there's not enough time and not enough possessions. So going to the line is Andre Bell. He's had 9 this evening, and his have been spaced out in every quarter. And it rolls off right.
That's a break there for the Bruins.
As you say, it's not impossible, but highly improbable because of the way this 19 plays defense and the length of the floor that you have to clear. And knowing that you have to get, every one of these have to be a 3 now. Yeah, they got to hurry it up as fast as they can, and they got to go for a big bomb. And it is there. Mills-Terry.
Mills-Terry 8 here in the fourth quarter, and they'll go right to the foul there.
So Mills didn't give up on it, and it's 73-67. You're sending Mormon to the line, who is 2 of 3 tonight.
He's got 18 points tonight.
And you can see a lot of instructions being given by the junior Andre Bell at the free throw line to his teammates. Stonecipher has to go out. And so Abe comes in. Both teams in the double bonus. And Mormon connects. So once again, a 3-possession game with only 5.4 seconds remaining. The probabilities have run out. Right through the heart. And they're still going to press, even though they've got this one locked up. It's knocked away, and that's it. Well, the Bruins made it a gallant 21-point fourth quarter, but they could not close within 6. And your final, USJ 67, Sacred Heart 75, as they sweep the season series from the Bruins, despite a 31-point performance for Brady Smith. And it was a magnificent one, but it just was not enough because they shut down all the rest of the Bruin players from having an opportunity to take control of this game. We are going to take a 4-minute break, and then when we come back, we will bring you your final stats for tonight, so stay with us.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's. For your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson. or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
Well, let's give you our closing statistics for tonight, and then Alexander and I will give you a bit of analysis and get the final totals. But for USJ, if you look at the shooting percentage, 61% from the floor. They were 24 of 42. I mean, that's better than a lot of college teams will do. 54% for Sacred Heart, but here's a big key. It's in three-pointers. 50% for the Knights, 31% for USJ. They could not get the long bombs going with any consistency. Free throw shooting, USJ also 58%. They were 11 of 19 tonight, and that just, you got to be able to get more than that. You got to get it up to the 70s against a team like this. 78% for the Knights. Rebounding. This is a totally different story than what we saw the first time around, where the Bruins out-rebounded the Knights in their first meeting. The second chance opportunities that came along for the Knights, 27-14 was their edge on the boards. They just seemingly could not be stopped getting those offensive rebounds. Each team made 13 turnovers, and most of the time when you have a team that'll get 18 points off those turnovers compared to 8 for the opposition, you really believe that you've got an opportunity to win it. But it just was not enough because the points came more in bunches in two different strategic periods of the third and fourth quarter. And Alexander, I think one of the things that you and I had pointed out is that looking at how everything shaped up, Sacred Heart waited until the third quarter to go to that intense pressure, and then that's where they got up to that first 12-point lead, and then it was a case of catch me if you can.
Absolutely, and really the Bruins were really in this ballgame for a long time, particularly until that fourth quarter is when it really started to get away from them, continued to fight back. So if you're a Bruins fan, you've got to be proud of the way the guys played. They only put up 56 the last time these two teams played. Tonight they put up 67. So a great performance from the Bruins, but unfortunately they just left too many points out there with turnovers and technical fouls.
Well, Turner had 10 rebounds and Brisbane Jr. had 6 for the Knights tonight, and they were just constantly up and getting second and third chance opportunities at basket. There was one critical possession down the stretch where you looked at it and they had 4 shots at the basket, and if you're trying to make a comeback, you got to get down underneath. Of course, the other factor is the Bruins are giving away height advantage to this Sacred Heart team, and that is very, very tough to navigate underneath on the boards. Let's look down at our scoring tonight, and first we'll look at and I'm trying to do my totals here, folks, here on live television. Andre Bell had 10 points tonight for Sacred Heart. Malachi Chavis came home with 14. It was 13 for Keelson Turner, 4 for Keelan Johnson. Their big gun, of course, was A.J. Mormon with 20 points, and his were dispersed almost equally in the 4 quarters of the game. And then Ron Brisbane, he came home with 14 on the night, so they had 4 to hit double figures. It's hard to stop a team that has 4 guys who can get it in the twin digits.
Absolutely, and a lot of that came down to the rebounds. There were always guys under the basket, particularly on the offensive side of things, able to put up those easy putback layups.
For the Bruins, 11 points for Mills Terry tonight. He had 8 of his in the 4th quarter. He was still pumping away at it, trying to make the comeback. You had 7 for Davis Sane, 6 for Owen Stonecipher. You had a single basket. They held Raleigh Seals down to 2, and he just could not get a lot of those underneath baskets like he likes to get. 9 points for Wallace Driver, but the big gun, again, you just got to think about this guy he's Mr. Everything for USJ. Brady Smith, 31 points on the night, and he had 19 in the first half, but he was still delivering late in the game. 31 for Brady Smith. A lot of times we give the player of the game to the visiting team if they're the ones who win. But I don't think you could give it to anybody else tonight but Brady Smith with those 31 points. He had 2 3-pointers as part of that, was just constantly trying to bring the Bruins back, and I think he deserves it tonight. So Brady Smith is our BallGame Blitz Sports Network player of the game.
And Brady did it so efficiently, Steve. He didn't miss a whole lot of shots, and I don't have the exact number of shots that he took, but he made so many of those shots. A super high shooting percentage from Brady Smith tonight.
He had 10 out of 17 from the floor, and if you look at that, that is 58%. So here's a guy that he was about to match what his team did across the board. 58% for Brady Smith, and this junior, just think about what he's got with one more year ahead of him, but 31. I don't know if that is a career high for Brady, but it's probably right up there in the conversation where that's concerned. So the Bruins take it on the chin tonight again against Sacred Heart, but they'll be right back here tomorrow afternoon, and you're going to be calling all the shots.
Well, Steve, it's going to be a fun one. The Bruins looking to bounce back, and for the first time in quite a while, we're going to see the girls take the court here. Tuesday's games were canceled, but they were moved to Saturday, so I guess they weren't canceled. They were just postponed.
I say you just postpone them.
Postponed,
yeah. So you got to remember how to do the exact term
That's
there,
right.
my friend. If they're going to play the game later, it's postponed instead of canceled.
Well, it was postponed.
If they cancel it, that means they're not going to play it at all. See, I taught you, but I didn't teach you those definitions when I had you in class. This is just one of the things I still have to teach this fellow every once in a while. But you're going to enjoy Alexander tomorrow, bringing you all the action here at 2 and 3:30 at University School of Jackson. They'll be on somewhere around 1:45-ish tomorrow afternoon with the pregame show. And so if you can't be here in person, we hope you can, but if you can't be here in person, be here live and watch us watch him. Because I got to do another game down the street somewhat. But anyway, watch tomorrow afternoon if you can't be here in person. And I know that Ms. Olive is going to be watching Brady tomorrow after that 31-point performance tonight. Alexander, have a good one tomorrow afternoon, and we will see everybody down the road. And so until we are with you tomorrow at 1:45, for Alexander Bitterling, this is Steve Beverly saying the people who brought this game and made it possible for you tonight are these folks. The executive producer of BallGame Blitz Sports Network is Paul Schultze, and tonight's game was produced and directed by Jewel Bodkins And also, let me say, Jewel was the director. Our producer tonight, Stephanie Janda. And on camera tonight, Eric Inman, Adriana Bolin, and somebody that Alexandra and I know very well, Alyssa Tatch. And tonight, your commentators, Steve Beverly and Alexander Bitterling. So until tomorrow afternoon, this is Steve Beverly from USJ Gym saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.